Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him.
Joe Biden is grounded. He's grounded in his faith, in his family, and in our state. Excuse me.
What's going on, guys? So we got to talk about the fake news having a complete meltdown, crying live on TV. Okay, so as if it wasn't embarrassing enough, we have Van Jones crying again. So crybaby Van Jones couldn't get enough of being made fun of, and he decided it was time to take it back to freaking recess, take it back to the back of the school bus, take it back to the school cafeteria where all the roasting takes place, because this little P word decided to get on air and get all emotional and start sniffling and acting like a little freaking P word in front of millions of Americans, emasculating himself and damaging the image of what a strong masculine black male is supposed to look like. And that certainly is not Van Jones. But before we get to him, I want to show you some clips from some other left-wing lunatics, because they just can't take the fact that Sleepy Joe was just so sleepy and Rachel Maddow's trying to make this guy look like a hero. I'm going to show you guys part of that because it's a little bit cringe, but I'll show you part of it so you can see what she said, because she kind of choked up a little bit, but she didn't necessarily cry. But let's just start with her.
I mean, this is history writ large. You know, we'll all remember where we were and what we were doing at this moment. And just thinking about the president right now, you know, what a man, what a patriot.
Bear in mind, guys, this is a guy who didn't want to drop out and probably wouldn't have dropped out if he didn't get pressure from donors and a bunch of other congressmen and women who were basically trying to publicly pressure Joe Biden, they were literally publicly pressuring him to drop out, making it to where it was just going to be impossible for him to continue to run, and everything was going to be on him if they went down. If they would have never said anything, or better yet, if he would have never fumbled the hell out of that debate, they would have never said anything, and they would have had this freaking cadaver running the presidency all the way up until the end of this year. And they would have had him win another presidency, and they would have just been running the show behind the scenes, dragging around his body like some freaking puppet masters. That's what they really wanted. And since they got exposed, that's when Joe Biden stepped down. I just got to clarify that.
Act of selfless devotion to your country. And he has been a phenomenal president. He brought us back from COVID. He gave and occasionally boring at a time when boring was absolutely what, having spoken to him, a number of times in my life, both in sort of official and unofficial capacities, I cannot see anywhere in his personality where this decision today was possible. This is the opposite of something that is natural or easy for him. He is just not built to do something like this, because his superpower is being underestimated. And that's why he's been so resolute in resisting all these calls for him to drop out. But him making this decision today is to give the country a chance, a reasonable chance at not putting Donald Trump back in the White House, not putting a president back in the White House who refused to leave the last time and summoned an angry mob to try to overthrow the government rather than...
Bear in mind, guys, that on Inauguration Day, Donald Trump left. Joe Biden walked right in. Did y'all see Donald Trump get dragged kicking and screaming? I didn't. He was like, okay, all right, see you. So these people with their propaganda, they're still trying it. These are the people who lied to you about Joe Biden's condition to begin with. Rachel Maddow, she admits to being very familiar with Joe Biden. You didn't know about this, Rachel? What about Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Morning Joe? All of these people know Joe Biden personally. These people lied. Let's go directly to this guy. Chris Coons is his name, and he just straight up just cries like, dang near like a baby.
Joe Biden is grounded. He's grounded in his faith, in his family, and in our state. Excuse me. I'm sorry. This was a very difficult decision. Joe
Guys,
Biden is grounded.
These are the same people, some of whom were ridiculing Donald Trump for having an ear bandage, for getting shot and having a bandage on his ear. These are the same people. Bear that in mind.
A lot of questions around that ear, and yet there's been no response to that. Instead, just showing the image of the man coming into the hall with the wounded ear.
A spectacle for this candidate who we know is, by his own admission, obsessed with assorted spectacles. There is a political quest here to mine and use Donald Trump's injury, and whether his allies and Republicans or the candidate himself do that in a way that overextends their credibility will be decided by the voters.
They're wondering if he's using this for sympathy. Was it really glass from the teleprompter, not a bullet?
He wasn't shot in the face enough for them. It wasn't enough. He did more face. That's the point. They can't help themselves. The Trump derangement syndrome is real. It's so asinine that they could say that. I mean, you see the photograph at the time, and there's blood everywhere.
You see the bullets whizzing by his ear.
So as I mentioned earlier, Van Jones totally stole the show here. So the Emmy Award goes to Van Jones. So unfortunately, these aren't acting tears. I actually believe that these are real tears, and I seriously believe that this is his true crybaby self. Now, how in the world you get so comfortable on air to where you cry like this, to me, is astounding. Like, Trump literally got shot. I didn't see anybody crying when Trump got shot. Maybe when he was giving his speech talking about how he thought the journey was over, right? His RNC speech, very touching. But all Joe Biden did was what he should have did a long damn time ago, and these people started acting like that he's some sort of a hero for doing something he should have did a long time ago, which is be responsible and don't hold up the country. He's not short on money. Like, maybe he wants to save his son so he could try to get him off the hook for these charges or something. But Joe Biden, regardless, should have stepped down a long freaking time ago, and these crybabies acting like he's some sort of hero for it. Let's keep going.
The Democratic Party is a family. At the end of the day, this is a family matter. You know, Joe Biden's body may not be as strong as it used to be. His language skills may not be as sharp as it used to be. Nope. His heart is as big as ever. His heart is as big and as true and as strong. And this is the difference between a politician and a leader. He made a selfless decision, and people are heartbroken. Even people who are pushing for this to happen. It's kind of like when you're
he was forced out. This wasn't if Joe Biden did this when he wasn't forced out, it would have made sense. He literally was forced to do it. What the hell are you guys talking about? He was forced by his own party to do it and by his donors, by his literal puppet master. So why do people keep it? Joe Biden should get no credit for this, even if he could have just said, I'm not going to do it. He knows he's going to be a disgraced loser if he would have just stayed in. He wouldn't have even had any money to even finish running, guys. Come on.
Your grandpa, you got to take the keys. And everybody, you got to take his keys. You got to take his keys. You got to. And he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated. And then you finally get the keys back. And then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, politics is politics. But this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party.
Bear in mind that, again, they did not do it until that disastrous debate performance. These people already knew. They have access to Joe Biden, direct access. They already knew until he was exposed. They didn't say a damn thing. They was going to let you sit up here and vote for this cadaver loser and literally lose the election or possibly win the election and have somebody that's barely hanging on by a damn thread to be your president. It's sad and pathetic. And now you're going to sit up here and cry about it? What a freaking loser. Like, I want to get this dude off my screen so bad, but I'm doing this for y'all.
Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country. He did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday, and I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done, and a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible. I wouldn't have a career without Joe Biden. Joe Biden picked me out of the puppy pile. He's the person that everybody says he worked for Barack Obama. No, I worked for Joe Biden when I was in the administration. I was on his middle-class task force. You know, all of us have known that embrace. All of us have gotten those phone calls and those cards when bad things have happened to us. So, you know, that's a family. That's what it is. You know, he's hurt now. He feels let down. He feels that his friends turned on him. In the fullness of time, he'll recognize that it was done out of love and as loving a way as possible. But at the end of the day, some people, and I don't want to mention any names and ruin this day, but some people will back their leader no matter what. Some people, they don't care how many people this man has hurt and how many laws he's broken, no matter how many bad things he's done, that's our leader. We're going to back him no matter what. But this party is not like that.
This dude, Van Jones, is a complete idiot. You have tons of people begging to stop putting illegal migrants in their cities. They don't listen. You got people begging to stop this homeless crisis. They don't listen. They didn't even clear up California until you got President Xi from China coming in to California. Then all of a sudden they clean it up. But for all the citizens who are paying you taxes, you don't do a damn thing for them. You got people begging to stop a literal genocide over in Gaza, and you don't listen to any of those people. You got people begging you not to send money to Ukraine, saying, hey, we need money for our local communities. They don't listen to any of those people. The price is high as hell. Don't listen to anybody who's basically begging you to find a way to get these prices down. Instead, you try to tell them that the economy is great and that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Joe Biden hurts people all the time. People fighting on all these college campuses and literally around the entire United States, in some cases the world, over this freaking war between Israel and Gaza and Hamas. They literally are fighting everywhere and protesting this everywhere. So what are you talking about? Nobody's getting hurt, Van. You lying piece of garbage.
This is not a cult. This is a political organization.
Julian.
And we believe in these principles. And if somebody is sick.
You saying it's not a cult, you literally sitting up here crying on the TV. You're crying on the TV. It's not a cult. You tried to elect a cadaver. What do you mean it's not a cult? You people pressured him out, and that's the only way he would leave. You uplifted him until he got busted, and then when he got busted, you threw him out of the damn club. You threw him out of the cookout. But you're not a cult. A bunch of people were still saying they was going to vote for this cadaver. But they're not a cult. Shut the heck. Okay.
If somebody can't do it, there's no shame in that. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody can't do it, that's okay. And what you see with the Joe Biden, yeah, everything was falling apart around him, but he could have stuck it out. There were people in this party who wanted him to stick it out. There are people in this
He couldn't have stuck it out because he would not have had money. Let's keep going.
party right now who are mad that he didn't stick it out. Don't act like it was all on one side. It wasn't about the donors. It was about could this man hold together all of us anymore? And when he realized he couldn't, he did the right thing and he passed the baton. That is leadership. Pelosi did the same thing with Hakeem Jeffries. That's leadership. That's responsibility. That's what America's supposed to be about. I love Joe Biden. You have people on both sides of the fight in the party who are crying right now, who can't believe it right now. This is not a normal time, y'all. This isn't just politics. This is a moment in time to honor someone who for 50 years put this country first and sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed.
And it hasn't got a damn thing done the entire time except for destroying America. Man, little P words like this are extremely hard to watch, okay? Because this guy had the audacity to try to say that they're not a cult. And the Democrats, the audacity here to try to call MAGA a cult and then get on the TV and cry because Joe Biden's leaving the nomination. If Donald Trump, for example, were to leave, I wouldn't get on here and cry about it. Nobody should. pass the torch to somebody more deserving. But these people are so obsessed with Sleepy Joe. This shows you how partisan they truly are. You should not be so obsessed with your candidate. You can care about your candidate, but you can't be so obsessed with them to where you literally, you leaving me. It's like, dude, is this dude your girlfriend? It's like these people want to lick his balls so bad. It's like, dude, Joe Biden's a grown man. This is politics. It should be about policy at the end of the day. The reason why I like Trump so much is because you combine great policy, great execution of said policy, as well as being funny as hell. It's a combination of those things. If you just put a funny dude up there and Donald Trump, he just get up there and his policies suck, I wouldn't give a damn about Trump if his policies was garbage. I don't think anybody would. The Democrats love to give a pass to people with sucky policies as long as they got the letter D behind their name. As long as they see blue no matter who. That's how these people operate. That's why they don't care who the next nominee is. They want somebody who's going to help them win, but they really don't care that much. It's all about being a Democrat. And these people should be ashamed of themselves because this is just embarrassing. You should feel humiliated, Van Jones. If you ever see this video of Van Jones, which you probably wouldn't have made it all the way through to the end because you probably get tired of me talking crap to you, but seriously, stop acting like a little bitch, bruh. Like, seriously, I understand passion and caring about stuff. I wouldn't be doing this channel if I didn't seriously care about what I'm doing. It's a lot of work, right? It's thankless. I really don't make like hardly any money off of this, so I appreciate any donations and stuff that I get, but at least for now, I really don't get that much money off of this. But this guy's literally getting on the TV and just embarrassing himself, embarrassing the black community, embarrassing the Democrats. It's like, in every sense of the word, this dude Van Jones is just an embarrassment. Joe Biden at least is an old dude, maybe trying his best. You're a man who's much younger, and there ain't no damn reason you should be sitting up here crying more than grown-ass women because you upset that Joe Biden had to step down. This stuff is beyond belief. We're not a cult. You're delusional, because be it a cult or not, this is very cult-like. Okay, this is whatever they want to call blue MAGA, whatever the hell y'all want to call it, is definitely something like that, because this dude is a Looney Tune and a complete wacko. And it is fun to make fun of him, but it's sad at the same time. If you couldn't tell by my serious demeanor, I'm just disappointed. Anytime I see this idiot get on TV and he's always getting choked up and always getting emotional for some reason, like, dude, calm your freaking nerves. Like, you need to drink some freaking tea or something. Do some meditation. Find a way to calm your nerves, because to get this freaking teary-eyed is just ridiculous, and it makes you look like a complete fool each and every single time that it happens. And yes, I am going to keep making videos roasting your little bitch ass every time I see it. But let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
That's right. Cry. Just shut the fuck up. At a certain point, just shut the fuck up. Van Jones at CNN.